I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Mr. Willis's Neighborhood. Today is episode 10. Today's topic will be continuing with the China theme, and we will be making a Zodiac placemat. But before we get started on the Zodiac placemat, the question of the day. The question of the day is, what does the first state, the blue hen state, and the diamond state have in common? Okay, if you guessed Delaware, you are correct. Of course, Delaware was one of the original 13 colonies. And of course, when the statehood became, when they started to become states, Delaware was the first one to actually sign a document that said, we are the first state to enter the Union. If you look here, I have a book all the way back from 1999 when they were collecting quarters or making new quarters that had the states on them. If you look real closely there, you can see Delaware, of course. Delaware was the first state. Pennsylvania would have been the second state, followed by New Jersey, Georgia, Connecticut. These quarters came out one at a time, representing in which order they came in the Union. So, for example, on the Delaware quarter, you can see Paul Revere riding a horse. Question for you. What was the order that Kansas became a state? Okay, so we've been talking about China. We have of course talked about the terracotta soldiers. We have discussed the Great Wall. And today, what we'll be doing is we'll be making a Chinese zodiac. Sometimes you might have went to a Chinese restaurant and of course you'll see a placemat sitting in front of you, and while you're waiting for your meal, your family might go together or look, say, oh, I wonder what I am. Well, if you look at the dates here, I am a, let's see, finding it, I guess I am the buffalo, which on this one I'm going to be an ox, so I am a buffalo. It says I'm a born leader. You inspire confidence from all around you. You are conservative, methodical, and good with your hands. You guard against being chauvinistic and always demanding your own way. The buffalo would be successful as a surgeon. Missed out on that one. A general, or a hairdresser. I'm not like the Zohan. Some buffaloes in history were Napoleon, Vincent van Gogh, Walt Disney, Clark Gable, and Richard Nixon. Okay, so let's get started on making our zodiac. Okay, materials you'll be needing. First of all, you'll need the sheet that I gave you last week that looks something like this. You will need this sheet right here, and you will need a piece of construction paper. And the construction paper I also gave you. You will need a spare piece of paper to do a little math. You will need scissors, colored pencils of your choice, a Sharpie, and you will need a pen. And of course you will also need a glue stick. Now, some things that I've already done. First of all, up in the top left-hand corner, I've written my name, Mr. Willis. I did a cool little Chinese zodiac across the top. I have also drawn a symbol in the middle, and of course I drew the yin-yang, which means in all good there is bad, but in all bad there is also good. Remember Darth Vader? There was some good in him. Right here we have, of course, the rat, and I've already glued the rat on. Notice how I've been detailed on how I cut the rat out. I want you to do that. And also, how I've been detailed, I gave him a little pink in his ears, and I think I gave him blue eyes, and of course his body gray. And then you can see where I've written the year of the rat. Well, right here what I'll show you is, see, I have colored the pig. I have also colored the cow, and we're going to finish off the cow. I want you to put some detail. So I'm going to go a little bit lighter here on the cow's head. Put some detail into it. I'm going to give him some black hooves. Color in his hooves. This is actually the ox, I would guess. I'm going to give him a pink nose, or her a pink nose. And I think I'll finish off by maybe putting a little black on the horns up here. And there we have the cow. Notice how I did it in detail. I also want you to cut these out in detail. Okay, so we'll set that to the side. The next thing is you'll see this sheet right here. On this sheet, what you will see is it has 1 through 12. There are 12 animals. The first animal is the year of the rat. It says 1972, 1984. But I want you to update it to today. I'll show you how to do that here in a little bit. Also notice it says charming, bright, creative, and thrifty. So year of the rat, if you were born in the year of the rat, you would be charming, bright, creative, and thrifty. Now what I want you to do is have another piece of paper out, grab your pen, and figure out the date. So on this, it said 1972 and 1984. So I went 1972, 1984. It goes in cycles of 12. So every time you add 12. So 1984 plus 12 is 1996. Plus 12 is 2008. Plus 12 is 2020. So we are in the year of the rat. And I believe some of you were born in 2008. So you would also be the year of the rat. I was born in 1973. I am the year of the ox. Okay, next year will be the year of the ox. Notice what happened here. Here is 1972. This is 1973. The year of the tiger is 1974. The year of the hare would be 1975. Then we have 1984, 1985, the year of the ox, 1996. This one would be 1987. Again, the same thing. So this one would be 1999. This one would be 2011. And this one, 2020, 2021, 2022. So this one would be 2023. When you're doing your project, I want you to take the last 3 and put it on your project. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, for right here, for example, I have the year of the rat, okay, because I have the rat. And then I would write these 3 numbers. The years would be 1996. I want you to use your best handwriting. 2008 and 2020. And then write what characteristics there are about the rat. For example, the rat is charming. You don't want to write too big because you're going to run out of room. Charming. Bright. Creative. Excuse me, I can't spell. Creative and thrifty. And then what you will do is you'll do the same thing for all 12 animals. You will go in a clockwise motion. Go in the order that you see right here. So you have rat, ox, tiger, hare, dragon, snake, so on and so forth. And you'll go in a clockwise motion until you come all the way back here. I believe that you guys were either the year of the rat, like me, also the year of the ox, and I believe some of you might be the year of the pig. Okay, now the last thing I want you to do is I want you to break out your chopsticks. Okay, so open them up. You will want to snap them. Boom. And then you got to learn how to hold them correctly. So for example, what I like to do is I like to take my fingers and I hold my fingers like this. So I have 2 fingers underneath. I have my middle finger kind of acting as a like a wedge. And then I have this finger free. Then I place the other one right there. And it's these 2 fingers that help manipulate. These fingers stay still. your thumb kind of acts as a guide, and these two fingers maneuver. So for example, what I want you to do, and I want you to flip grid it to me, is I want you to flip grid picking stuff up. It's going to take a little bit of practice. Those things are slick. They're harder to actually pick up. This has got a little friction, so it's not so hard. And then boom, there you go. Now, what's going to be the end result of all this? First of all, I want you to know how, or your assignments are, flip grid me, you actually using chopsticks, like, excuse me, yeah, like me, okay? I want you to complete your Zodiac, okay? I want you to complete your Zodiac, and I also want you later this week, the next video that will be happening is it will be making fried rice. On making the fried rice, when you eat it, I want you to eat it with your chopsticks, and I want you to eat your fried rice on top of your Zodiac placemat that you have made. Your end result should look something like this. Okay, hey, another episode of Mr. Willis's Neighborhood. I hope you guys enjoy your project. I hope you enjoy working with your chopsticks, making your placemat, and eventually on the next episode, cooking fried rice. Have a great day.